welcome back for another short flow. Today we're going to focus on post-run stretches. I know a lot of you are out there running at the moment and enjoying the nice weather that we've been having. So this might be a good sequence for you to just take 5 to 10 minutes at the end of your run to help recover your legs. So whenever you're ready, find some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and if you have one of these hard yoga blocks, that would also be handy later as well, but if not, don't worry. So whenever you're ready, come and join me in a kneeling position on your mat. We're going to start the session off with some ankle mobility. So we're just going to take a simple ankle rock. So come to a kneeling position on your mat, and you can take your hands either in front of you or behind you and just gently lift your knees off the floor and then lower them. We're just going to do this 10 times. Just gently opening up the front of the ankles, stretching them off. Ankles are so important for us to look after as runners. We rely on them a lot and they get a lot of heavy duty use during running as well. So probably on number 6, 7, 8, 9, and then on the 10th I want you to see if you can hold. So lift your knees on the 10th and hold, and see if you can stay here if you want to, see if you can reach your left hand to your left knee, take it back, then see if you can reach your right hand to your right knee, take it back, and then see if you can reach both left and right to both knees, lifting those ankles, stretching them up. And then exhale, release, and just come forwards. And we'll just take a toe rock as well. So tuck the toes underneath, sit back on your heels, and just rock the weight a few times into your toes. Open up those feet. Three more to go. 3, 2, 1, and then just come onto your hands and knees. We're going to go into a low lunge. So take the left foot all the way forwards, slide the right leg back and untuck the toes so you're sinking into your hip flexors, opening up your right hip flexor. Take a nice deep breath in as you lift the chest, sink down as you exhale. We'll just hold here for 3 breaths. One last breath all the way in. Exhale, release. And then slowly just come back up out of that hip flexor. So pull back onto your right leg slightly. And then we're going to take the left hand round and grab the right heel and bring the foot in towards the glute. And just open up the quad slightly so you're getting a nice quad stretch. So really bring that heel in. And again, just 3 breaths here. Last breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and then we're going to come back onto our right knee, stacking our right hip above our right knee vertically and straightening the left leg, flexing the toes back towards you, and then reaching your nose towards the toes. So we're in half splits. And again, just 3 breaths here. Last deep breath all the way in. See if you can reach that nose towards your toes a little further. Exhale, release, and then inhale as you come forward. So we're going to come into pigeon pose now to get a nice glute stretch. So bring that left leg around, bring the shin to the floor and point the knee at a 45-degree angle towards the front of the mat. Slide the right leg all the way back. Try and make sure your hips are level. You might want to use, chucking it away. You might want to use one of your yoga blocks if you're struggling to get your hips level. Use a yoga block or a cushion underneath the sit bone of your left leg in this case, so that your hips are nice and square. And then press into the mat, open up that right hip flexor, take a nice deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, fold forwards over that left leg, transferring the stretch into the glute. And just take a nice couple of breaths here, say about 3. Take one last deep breath all the way in. Exhale completely. And then press up with your hands underneath your shoulders, and we're going to press back to down facing dog. Pedal out the feet, and we'll switch over and do the other side. So just stretch off those hamstrings, those calves. So you take a few breaths here. Press those heels down to the floor. See if you can just hold for 3, for 2, for 1. And then inhale as you lift your left leg up high, your right leg up high to the sky. Swing it through and find that low lunge position that we started off with before. So untuck the toes, open up that right hip flexor, that left hip flexor. Lift through the heart so your chest is nice and high. Roll the shoulders back and down. And just take 2 deep breaths here. Exhale, sink deeper. Last deep breath. And then this time we're going to take the right hand around to the left foot. So come back up onto your left knee slightly, lift the left foot up, reach back and grab it with your hand, bring the heel in towards the glute and just take a nice quad stretch there for me for 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release. And then we're going to stack the left hip on top of the left knee at a 90-degree angle again. Find that half split pose, so straighten the front leg. Flex the toes back towards you. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale to reach the nose towards the toes and just hold for 3. For 2. For 1. And then release. We're going to come into that pigeon pose. So take the right foot underneath you now, pointing the right knee towards the front corner of the mat. Slide the left leg back. Press into the ground, open up that left hip flexor. Make sure your hips are level again. Reach for your block and put it underneath your sit bone if you need to. Press through the ground, take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, melt the body over that front leg, getting into the glute. And stay here for 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come all the way back up. And we're just going to swivel the legs around in front of us now and come into a seated butterfly position. So soles of the feet together. You can hold them like you would hold a book. And just bring the heels in towards the groin. And let the knees fall out to the side towards the ground. And you can just use your elbows against your knees to press the knees down and bring the chest forwards, reaching your nose towards your toes again. And just hold for 5 deep breaths. Inhaling to find length, exhaling to let the body fold further over the legs. So this is opening up your groin, opening up your hips. I'm probably on breath number 4 now. Last deep breath all the way in. See if you can reach those toes with your nose. And then inhale as you lift the legs back together. We're going to slide down into a reclined, window wipers. So we're on our backs, we're in a reclined position. Keep your toes on the floor, but lift your heels. And we're just going to let the knees drop from one side to the other a couple of times. So take your hands out in a T-shaped position so that we keep the shoulders and the upper body glued to the floor. And as you exhale, drop the knees over to the left They don't have to touch the floor. And then inhale to bring them back up to center. Exhale, drop them over to the right. And we're just going to do that 5 times each side. Just loosening off the lower back. Spines love to be twisted. It unravels all the tension. Takes away some of the stress. So this is a lovely one to just relax off if you've got lower back pains or a tight lower back from running. This is an awesome pose to do. Last time each side. And then slowly just come back to center. If you have a block, grab it because you can do a supported bridge hold. If not, we'll just do a simple bridge. So for those who don't have a block, just simply place the heels now back down on the floor. Inhale as you lift the hips away from the floor and then stretch, shuffle the shoulders, the hands underneath the shoulders and reach for your heels. See if you can reach your ankles and just hold there for as long as you need. If you'd like to do a supported bridge, you can place this block on the sacrum area of your back, so that nice hard flat bit at the bottom. And we're going to go back into that supported bridge, into that bridge hold again. So you're going to inhale to lift the hips away from the floor, slide the block underneath and place it on that hard area, and then just relax as you exhale and let the body fold or melt over that block. And just hold here for a couple of breaths. Let the body fully relax. Feels quite nice on the lower back. And then to remove the block, you're simply going to inhale to lift the hips up, exhale as you come back down, obviously removing the block before you do that. And then if you wanted to, you can just take a mini Savasana to finish your practice.